The film opens in Seoul, South Korea. A little girl and her mother are walking through a park for the girl's doll. After she finds the doll, lightning strikes in the sky. A giant monster manifests out of thin air and begins walking through the city. The little girl screams in horror. 25 years later, we meet Gloria coming home early in the morning while hungover. On her hot girl-ish, she tries to explain her situation to her boyfriend Tim, but he's had enough of her coming home at odd hours drunk and not being able to hold a job. He tells her he's packed up her things and that he wants her out of there. Tim leaves Gloria sitting there in disbelief. That's one way to end a hot girl summer. After he's gone, some of her friends come into the apartment to start partying. Come on guys, learn how to read a room. Some time later, Gloria moves from the city to her old hometown into her parents' old home. While walking home with an inflatable mattress, she is spotted on the street by her old childhood friend Oscar. They catch up, but his hairline looks like it will never catch up to that forehead, and he invites her to join him at the bar that he inherited from his father. There, Gloria meets Oscar's other friends, Garth, who looks like a mad scientist on drugs, and Joel, who just doesn't look like the sharpest knife in the drawer, the latter whom Gloria finds attractive. The four of them drink in a part of the bar that Gloria remembers from a while ago, as it has horses painted on the walls. Later through the night, Joel attempts to kiss Gloria at one point, but she pulls back as Oscar yells at Joel. Gloria walks home drunk while hauling the mattress in a bag across her back. She passes through the park and over the playground. When Gloria wakes up, she gets a call from her sister to check out the news. Gloria opens her laptop and sees an article and video of a monster attack in Seoul. She is horrified to see this. Out of everything she could have done, she calls Tim about what she saw, the same man that just kicked her out of his home. But he knows she's been drinking and he doesn't want to talk to her in that condition. Oscar gives Gloria a job to work at the bar and even gives her a big TV for her living room. You're not going to get any play for dropping off a TV, buddy. Besides, it's not even a flat screen TV. That thing is a fat screen television. She spends her time drinking and hanging out with Oscar and his buddies again. She goes home drunk through the park again. Gloria wakes up and sees that the monster reappeared in Seoul. Oscar shows up at her house as she is seeing this on the news. He comforts her as she is still freaked out. But as Gloria looks at the TV, she sees that the monster is scratching its head, which is something Gloria did earlier that she identifies as a tic, where she constantly scratches her head. When Gloria looks further into the footage of the monster, she sees another video where the monster looks as if it is carrying something on its back. Gloria goes by the park around the same time that the monster was reported to start attacking. She lifts one arm up in the air and then raises both arms. When she sees the news later, the monster has mimicked her exact same movements. She is in shock. Gloria brings Oscar, Garth, and Joel by the park around 8:05, which is the time that the monster usually starts to emerge. The guys pull up live stream sites that record the monster as it appears. Gloria then starts dancing, and the monster starts doing the same moves. Haha, real funny. You're a monster that has killed people. Calm down. After a while, the guys notice what's going on. Joel thinks it's a prank, but the monster still does what Gloria does. They inform her that helicopters are shooting missiles at the monster, which physically affects Gloria as well. She makes punching gestures, making the monster punch the helicopter and causing it to crash against its head. Gloria then feels bad for killing a pilot in a helicopter, then stumbles drunkenly and falls. The news then shows that the monster's fall caused serious destruction and killed hundreds of people. Gloria becomes distraught and guilt-ridden, as she should. The next day, Oscar goes to her house and brings her a newspaper showing that the monster was joined in the city by a giant robot, which Oscar thinks is him. While Gloria is still freaked out by having indirectly killed people, Oscar isn't too bothered by being a robot. With his help, they find a Korean man who works at a restaurant. He helps them translate a message. That morning, before going into Seoul, Gloria has a talk with Oscar, where he seems to show that he likes her. A siren on Gloria's phone goes off and she goes into the park and makes the people of Seoul step away from the monster as she begins to write a message into the ground. The message translates to "I'm sorry, it was a mistake, it won't happen again." The opinion on the monster changes, now having people believe it means well. The next day, Gloria sneaks over to Joel's place, where they hook up, and she claims none of the others will know, and she spends the night. When she wakes up, she sees the robot on the news, so she goes to the park to get Oscar to stop. But she shows up with Joel, real discreet, as both the monster and robot. Gloria slaps Oscar, making it look like the monster and robot are fighting. The monster appears to order the robot to leave, and the people of Seoul cheer for the monster. Gloria starts to do better by not drinking so much. However, Oscar starts to seem more hostile and antagonistic as he drinks because he noticed Gloria and Joel are hooking up. Oscar calls out Garth for doing cocaine in the bathroom. Then he tells Gloria to have a beer, and she refuses until he says he will go to the park if she doesn't take it. She takes the beer and pours it out in front of him. Oscar then leaves drunkenly as Gloria goes after him. They meet at the park where the robot and monster fight. Meanwhile, this fake Ken doll just watches as she just gets beat up. Oscar tells her he's done being Mr. Nice Guy and that she can't quit her job. Weird flex, but okay. The next day, Joel comes over with a bunch of furniture for Gloria's house that Oscar sent as an apology. Joel is starting to piss me off. Grow a pair, buddy. Later, Tim contacts Gloria. She visits him at a Holiday Inn. Classy. They argue when Gloria mentions she's working at the bar, even though Tim previously dumped her for losing her last job. They later go to the bar where Oscar is already drunk and being a booty hole to Gloria and customers. He takes out a massive firework that he and his friends bought long ago and were saving for a special occasion. The other patrons clear out as Oscar lights it, sending fireworks everywhere. Then says even though this is the worst thing he could have done in the bar, Gloria will not leave with Tom. Gloria goes home later to find Oscar in her house with keys that her parents gave his parents years earlier. Like a maniac, he then tells Gloria he is there to make sure she doesn't go to Tom. Through a flashback, we see Gloria and Oscar as children on the way to school with models they made for class projects. The wind blows them away out of their hands. Oscar goes into the woods and finds Gloria's model, but he starts stomping on it spitefully. Lightning then strikes in the air, hitting both children in the head. At the same place where the park is now, out of their bags spill toys that resemble the monster and the robot. After the flashback, Gloria tells Oscar that she figures his behavior comes from the fact that he hates himself. After she speaks to Tom and tells him she will go back to the city with him, they start fighting and destroying furniture until Oscar runs out. Gloria follows Oscar as he goes to the park. She tries to stop him, leading to another monster robot fight in Seoul. However, Oscar starts to strike Gloria, eventually knocking her down. He tells her that if she leaves, he will continue to rampage through the city. As he stomps around the park, we hear the sounds of people in Seoul screaming in terror as the robot stomps through the city, while Gloria lies helpless on the ground. Gloria then gets an idea of how to stop this. She takes a plane to Seoul as the city is being evacuated. She gets a call from Tim asking if she's going to go back with him. Gloria says no and hangs up on him. Meanwhile, Oscar is drunk and walking into the park, so the robot materializes over the city. This man wants to be Godzilla so bad. The people run from it, but Gloria walks toward it. In the park, Oscar hears stomping noises as the ground shakes. The monster is now standing over him. He runs away in terror, and the robot runs across the ocean. Gloria moves forward and grabs the air, which makes the monster grab Oscar and makes it look like the robot is being picked up by an invisible force. Oscar starts crying and yells at the monster to put him down. Boo-hoo, like that's going to help. So Gloria hurls Oscar and the robot into the damn stratosphere. You know that man is dead as hell. The people of Seoul cheer as the robot is gone. Gloria walks away from the scene as the whole incident is being reported on. Baby Sackman sees her on TV behind the anchorwoman commentating on the scene. Gloria walks into a small restaurant. When the woman asks if she saw what happened to the robot, she looks like she's about to cry, knowing that Oscar is probably mangled in a tree right now, with his butthole on his forehead, then offers to tell the woman a story. The woman agrees and then asks Gloria if she wants a drink. Gloria sighs. I hope she went to a damn AA meeting after this. The end.